After the first movie's opening, Legendary Entertainment has announced its sequel. Of course, we are talking about Dune. Needless to say, fans have been desperate for days, as the first movie has left many loose ends. And we finally have confirmation about the sequel. And today, we're going to tell you everything we know so far and take the first look into things. And all you have to do is sit back and enjoy. Release date and trailer. Even before the first movie came out, director of Dune, Denis Villeneuve, has spoken about his plans for the future of the franchise and the potential trilogy he has in mind, with a third movie adapting Herbert's sequel Dune Messiah for the screen. But more on that a bit later. And as we wait to return to Arrakis, here are some details about when the movie will come out. Be careful though, there will be spoilers up ahead. You have been warned, and with that out of the way, let's dive right in. As for the sequel side of things, not only do we know of it happening, we have even the official release date of it, with the movie coming out on the 20th of October 2023. Unlike the first movie, which was released on HBO Max the same day that it hit US cinemas, the sequel is expected to receive an exclusive theatrical release. Speaking in September 2021, ahead of the release of the movie, Denis revealed that he is ready to go very soon, showing huge enthusiasm for what is coming up, ready to go further down the line and make this sequel an even bigger one than the first, with him being ready to shoot as soon as the early months of 2022. This might seem crazy, but knowing that he had already started writing the script for the sequel, confirming this in August 2021, we would not be surprised if the filming starts as soon as the start of 2022. Dune 2 cast. While we are waiting for an official confirmation of the cast for the sequel, we are more than sure that we are going to see Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides, and his potential co-lead in the second movie also being Zendaya's Shani. Denis has also added that he is confident in Zendaya having an even bigger role in the sequel, with the two's relationship being the focus of things. Other cast members in the cast group will include Javier Bardem as Stilgar, Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica, Dave Bautista as the Baron's nephew Glossu Rabin, and Stellan Skarsgård as the villainous Baron Harkonnen. Cast members who were not expected to return are Oscar Isaac's Duke Leto Atreus, Jason Momoa's Duncan Idaho, and Babs Olasamanka's Jamies, given the fact that they have been killed off during the events of the first movie. Book readers, however, will know that Jason Momoa's return as Duncan Idaho is very possible, as he is bound to return in the later stages of the series. So we might see his potential return by the end of the sequel, with Denis fitting that particular plot amid things. Two other cast members for which we are not so sure are Josh Brolin's Gurney Halleck and Stephen McKinley Henderson's Thufir Hawat, with both characters being left up in the air after House Harkonnen's attack on Arrakis. The book readers already know what happens to them, but we are not going to talk about it, leaving more and more for the unknown in the upcoming sequel. The second installment will also introduce us to new faces among the cast, as we will be meeting Baron's other nephew, Feyd Rathia, and the Emperor himself coming into play. However, we still don't know which actors they will be played by. It sounds like Denis will not have to struggle too much of bringing the original cast back, as we have heard from many of them that they are already ready to continue the franchise at any given moment as it stands right now, with Chalamet quick to say hell yeah when asked if he is returning for the sequel. The likes of Chalamet and Bautista have already shared their excitement for the sequel on their Twitter accounts, so we reckon that is as good of confirmation as any, a statement saying that the original cast will be back, no doubt about it. Dune 2 plot. The first movie covered only half of the things from Herbert's first book, ending as Paul and Lady Jessica were accepted into the Fremen on their way to Stilgar's home. With the decimation of House of Atreides, it seems like the plot of the second movie will largely revolve around them and their battle against the Empire, where they are more than sure to see more of Paul's visions of his future, leading a revolt against the Empire to come to life. Assuming the Villeneuve will closely follow the events of the first book, the way he did in the first movie, we should expect a time jump to happen, some new children to enter the world, and major reveals that would be cruel for us to spoil here. If you haven't read the books already, we can all agree that the first movie had to do the heavy lifting in terms of world building, a segment in the first movie that proved a tough task for Denis. But he managed to do it to perfection, and now that it's done, the sequel is going to become one insane playground. The sequel will allow me to go full berserk, with the first movie being the appetizer and the second one the main meal, added Villeneuve. According to him, Dune is by far the most exciting project for him, and the second one to be an even bigger excitement for him. Thanks to Paul's ability, the first movie contained exciting teasers for what is to come in the character's future, as he contends with his ultimate destiny, one that could be connected to Chani and the Freeman of Arrakis. Herbert wrote 5 sequels to the original Dune novel, so this might not be the end for the franchise on the big screen, with Villeneuve already looking at potentially bringing Dune Messiah, the second book of the series, to the live action. And with that in mind, we are going to talk a little bit about that too, so don't go anywhere. Can we expect Dune 3? From what we are able to see and hear from Dennis, he has never ruled out the possibility of Dune turning into a trilogy. And with no shortage of material, we have no doubts of a third movie from the franchise coming out possibly 2 years after the sequel. Herbert himself wrote several novels in the Dune universe, so Dennis might be staying busy for a while if everything goes to plan. With Dune 2, as we said before, covering the second part of the first book in the series. The second book in the series is Dune the Messiah, which could make an extraordinary film. And if the sequel is somewhat close to what the first movie was in terms of success, we are bound to see the trilogy of Villeneuve happening for sure. Also, any successive Dune film will benefit from the groundwork laid in Villeneuve's first work, which carried the pressure of introducing a whole new world to many viewers. The movie's box office numbers and the reviews say that the viewers are on board, and if the second movie is as massive as Dennis predicts, an even bigger one when compared to the first. It is highly possible that a third movie could be announced as soon as a month or two after the sequel comes out in October 2023. It would come as no surprise for the trilogy to happen, as Herbert's Dune universe is big enough to go even further, which is evident by the spin-off series already in the making. Yes, you heard it right. Even before Dune finished filming, Warner Media ordered Dune: The Sisterhood, a spin-off series from the same universe as the first movie, focusing on Bene Gesserit, an order of women who possesses telekinetic-like power, all of which acting as puppeteers and kingmakers in the political orders of the universe, with the series expected to release sometime in the late stages of 2022 or even 2023, premiering on HBO Max when it does. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the first movie, and what would you like to see in the sequel? And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.